This is a special watch for you. There are only 150 watches in the entire world.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have one of them.
Yes, we finally gave Gukesh the watch. It's a very special watch and a very special video because this is the first episode of the Golpawala's Take, and I am the Golpawala, and with me is the person who made the watch possible, Mr. Aritra Mukherjee, a good friend, a watch collector and an enthusiast, and also an enthusiast of many other things. And in this episode we are going to talk about his life, how the watch, the Ledikeni, came into life, and a lot more things. So enjoy the video and let us know your thoughts. Hello, Ritro. Welcome to the first ever episode of Golpawala's Take, and I'm really honored to have you on the show. And before we start into our topic of the day, I just wanted to know more about you, where you were brought up, and your early childhood days, and how you came to Pune, and then to the watch story.
Okay. First of all, thank you for having me. Uh, I'm from Kolkata. I was born and brought up in Uttarpara. It's near Kolkata. It's in the district Hooghly, and so I was there till class one. Then I went to hostel. I was in Krishna Mission
Oh,
for a few years, and so when I was in class three, that time I had to come back because my mom had a problem. She had a major operation on her knees and she is on crutch still till now.
okay.
So that time her operation was done in Tata Memorial, and for every 3 months they had to go for a follow up. So I was in hostel, so it was a bit problematic. So they brought me home, and from then I was staying with my mom and dad. So when I was in class seven, my dad died. My mom was working. She was in Tantuja, it's a state government
Oh,
company, and my dad was in defense. So from then, my mom brought me up, right? After that, I did my BCA, then I did my MCA, and I got placed into Capgemini from campusing. That was in 2013, and from that time onwards, I'm in Pune. So my mom also stays with me
oh,
here. So yeah, and then the corporate life started, and so I got married in 2019.
okay.
And so that time I wanted to buy a watch for my marriage,
Okay.
and I liked one automatic watch from Seiko, but that time it was around 35,000. Back then I didn't know that there is bargaining when you buy a watch.
Hmm.
There was any way you can get other sources where you can get it for cheap.
Like gray market did not exist in our
Yeah, I
minds,
didn't know.
right? Yeah.
So I could not buy it, so I bought a Age ceramic. And shortly after, I have a friend Devdeep who is also a partner in Ledikeni. Devdeep was in his Instagram. He used to post different HMT watches. I got intrigued. I got in touch with him, asked him what's the deal. So he said that you can buy it from website. These are pretty cheap. That time, 2800. Koinur was 2300. Very cheap. So I started buying. So that was around December 2019.
December 2019. And you knew Devdeep from your college days or your office days?
Yeah, he's my college friend.
College friend, okay.
In my MCA, he was
Okay.
so then I started buying one or two watches a month. And at that time, it was very hard to buy a watch from HMT because the moment it comes in stock, within 2-3 minutes, it's gone. And then lockdown happened, and I went full fledged into watches. The reason behind that is HMT was not releasing anything because shipping was not happening, and all the sellers who used to sell this, their physical shops were closed. So most of them came over into Facebook and WhatsApp.
Hmm.
So from that time, I got into touch with different sellers. Uh, my obsessiveness with buying watches started. That time I was buying around 10, 12 watches a month.
Wow.
Uh, and collection grew and it grew. It went to a position. I had over 300 watches then. Right?
Within a span of?
1 year, maybe less than a year.
Oh my
One,
God.
one year, 2 months, something like that.
So December 2019 to December 2020?
No. This was from April 2020 because
Okay.
after COVID started
Okay.
uh, to mid 21.
Okay.
So I mean that was way too much. I spent a lot of money. So at the beginning it was inexpensive watches, used watches, right? But rare watches.
Hmm.
Then gradually I moved into a bit more pricier watches, like Swiss watches, some Japanese watches, new watches, or neo vintage watches. And then I got some sanity. I sold off quite a bit of my collection. Now I have a core collection. I think I still have around 100 watches. Yeah, that's it. And along with that, I picked up another hobby that is perfume. You know, so that was I think 2021. And I do have my main hobby is photography.
Yeah.
After my daughter born, I did not get time to pick up the camera or went to wildlife sanctuaries. So now these two are persistent.
Okay.
When I
Amazing.
started, right, I started in 2019 December, and on 2019 the 30th January of 2019, we decided to start with Ledikeni. So that was
Oh.
at the very beginning of my coaching.
Oh, wow. So that was the first batch.
The first batch came so because of COVID, it took some time.
Hmm.
I think first batch was came out during Durga Puja
2020.
2020.
Okay. That was the original design, like the original dial
Yes.
of the Cook and Kelvy watch, right?
No, not the original one, right? The design remains same, just the color and case choices were different. The
No,
design remains same.
yeah, design remains same. I'm just saying the dial color was the dial color of the Cook and
Yes,
Kelvy.
original patina color.
Yes, patina color. Yes. So that was the like first batch of Ledikeni, which was like a direct like impression of the original watch, right? Of the original
With
dial.
the original dial color.
Color, yes. So, just to take a step back in 2019, when you started learning about watches, your first watch being a Seiko, and you started.
No, first watch was HFT coin.
Your first watch was HMT Kohinoor before the Seiko.
Yeah, when I started collecting.
Okay.
Before that, I had a few watches, right? I had a Titan 8 ceramic, which
Okay.
I bought for my marriage. Before that, I had a fast track. Then
Okay.
I got a couple of gifts, right? I got a couple of gifts like fossil case.
So the edge
But
ceramic.
when I started collecting, my
Yeah.
first watch was HFT Gold.
Kohinoor. Okay, so if I can say, the first proper watch you had was the edge ceramic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you still have that?
Yes.
Beer watch.
Yeah. Marriage watch.
Okay, marriage watch. Okay, so then this HMT Kohinoor, tell us the story. How did you find? Okay, Devdeep gave you the ideas and all,
They've
but
shared these pictures, right? This
Yeah.
was a collaboration with a group called HWC,
Mhm.
HMT Watch Collector,
Mhm.
and with HMT there was a collaboration.
Hmm.
That time it was a collaboration watch, and they had HWC printed on the dial.
Hmm.
But that was sold out. By the time I looked, it was sold out. So they said that HMT is coming out with the same colorway. That was a blue and saffron. So there were 4 colorways: blue, saffron, green, and maroon. So I love the maroon color. I still have. But first I didn't get that. First I got the green and the salmon. Not salmon, saffron. So I bought both of them at the same time, and then after a month or 1.5 month, I found the blue, and then I found the Sati,
Sathi.
HMD Sati.
Okay. Hmm.
It took me some time to get the maroon because that time it was like that. They would release the watch, within a minute it's gone. People were waiting
Okay.
to buy.
So it was 2019.
Yes, 1980 December.
So tell me something that in 2000 now watch collecting, keeping, buying, selling has gone to a different level. But 2019-20 people did not before the COVID, if I can like recollect, watch collecting in at least in India was not big of a deal now compared to now, right? So,
Yes, but there were always a group of code collectors, right,
okay.
who were collecting from long back or
Hmm.
somewhere at the same time. Like when the time I joined, they may have started a couple months before.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
So there were people who were collecting, right? And at that time, there was a huge craze with HMD because we
Oh.
had someone called Prashant Pandey.
Hmm.
He was very knowledgeable in HMD, and this HWC group he used to run. And I mean, we would have new trivia, new story almost every other day with a huge chunk of knowledge, right? And many people were participating.
Hmm.
We would not endorse any fakes. So that
Hmm.
time it was a very tight knit community, but there were a lot of people. You don't see them now, but there were a lot of people. Prashant was also very supportive of our project.
Hmm.
He died in 2020
Yeah.
for COVID. He did a video for our watch also. So, but he was probably the only person who kept up the hype of HFT after HFT closed in 2015.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, but then were a lot of people who were collecting back then as well.
Okay, okay. Now, sitting in 2026 is a little difficult to understand that pre-COVID, that an HMT watch been released and in minutes it's gone. Now it's very normal.
Yeah, you don't see that craze in HMT nowadays because
Yeah.
even HMT has moved up, right?
Yes.
Now they are making watches with they don't have the winding movement. The
Yeah, yeah,
main
yeah.
craze of HMT was the hand winding movement,
Hmm.
the chabi wala watch.
Hmm.
They don't have that movement anymore. They don't have the labor, skill, or the machinery to do them. Make them. After 2015, they auctioned off all the machinery. They laid off the skill labor. So till 2021, they were making watches with the leftover movements,
Hmm.
right? And then now they're getting a movement directly imported from Miyota for automatic watches, for quartz watches. Miyota quartz movements are diamond dozen. They're very cheap, less than 100 bucks, and everything is outsourced. Their case, their dial, everything. They just have a small unit where they assemble the watch itself. So that they don't have that life of HMT. But back then it was a different story.
Okay, so like you got into watches, like I can say in 2019 fully, and you started learning also about watches that I can understand, right?
Before I bought my first one, the Kohinoor,
Hmm.
I probably spent 2-3 months just researching.
Oh,
And that's how I am for everything.
okay.
I do a lot of research before diving into something. Even for perfumes, right? Before I bought my first perfume, I it took me around 2-3 months just to research different things about perfumes.
Hmm. Okay, nice. So, what did you learn if you want to share in those 3 months? Any key things you learned? Like I'm sure that there was a phase where you learned about automatic and mechanical watches because that was something not something normal people
See,
know.
the basic thing is you buy when you buy a watch, right? The heart of the watch is the movement.
Yes.
There are different aspects of a watch.
Hmm.
The first thing we get attracted by seeing a watch is the dial,
Hmm.
always,
Hmm.
right? But a dial is not everything.
Hmm.
The heart that's beating inside is the movement.
Yes.
There are not a lot of companies who makes those movements,
Hmm.
and at least which are affordable.
Hmm.
Now, when we buy a fashion brand, I'll not name the companies, but there are a lot of fashion brands. There are different type of brands, right? A fashion brand and a proper watch brand. I
Yes.
can name a proper watch brand like a Seiko,
Yes.
right, or a Tissot.
Hmm.
And if you go luxury, then you have endless number of companies: Rolex, Patek, Effie, but they are proper watch brand. So if you are buying a shoe, right, there is an apparel company who is making shoe, but there is a company who is specialized in making shoe. Right? They do the research, they do the development, everything. So same goes for a watch. When you buy a fashion watch, you are buying for the name because they don't have an in-house unit which making the watch. Right?
Hmm.
There are companies like ABNT or Daniel Wellington. What they do, they buy ready-made watches from China. You can, if you do a reverse image search of a watch, you'll see the same watch is being sold for 1/10 of price in AliExpress, or maybe less.
Yeah.
Same for a fashion brand, you're paying for the name, but
Name.
you're not paying for what you're buying.
Right.
But if you're buying a watch from a proper watch brand, then you're getting a watch. I mean, you're paying for that watch itself.
Yes. Right.
Now, all watches can be divided between two types. One is electric, that includes quartz watches, and then the mechanical. Mechanicals are divided between two. One is automatic, one is hand winding. Hand winding watches almost all of us have seen from our fathers or grandfathers, right? You have to wind the watch, and then after certain time, the watch will wind down. You have to wind it again. Automatic, there is a rotor inside. I can show. I don't know if I'll be able to show it or not. See, there is it visible? In
Yes.
the window.
Yes.
There is a rotor inside. So when you move your hand, that rotor moves, and that basically winds your watch.
So it is basically kinetic energy that is
It's a
helping the watch.
kinetic energy, but don't mistake it with a kinetic watch. So Seiko has a
Yes. Yes.
type that is a kinetic watch where
Yeah.
you have battery
Yeah.
as well as hand winding.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that is the broad definition between these difference between these two, right? Quartz and mechanical.
Hmm.
I prefer mechanical watches, but although I have some quartz watches, 15 quartz watches, but most of mine are mechanical, be it automatic or manual.
Okay.
The thing is, if you are buying it cheap, right, it will not last endlessly. But these all are small parts, metal parts that come together and basically creates a hardening.
Hmm. Right.
So this, if you leave a mechanical watch for 1 decade, 2 decade, and then you just wind it again, it will start. But of course, your battery will that will ruin your watch.
Right.
So a quartz watch will last you for maybe if you're lucky a decade, but an automatic will last for eternity.
So in these 3 months, you learned everything about the mechanics.
Not everything. I still
Like,
don't know everything.
no, no, everything
But yeah,
about how
a
to
good-
approach a watch.
Yes.
Yes, and then the learning began.
Yeah. And when we decided to create Ledikeni,
Yeah.
then the proper learning began because
Yeah, but
then
how
we
did
had to
that
get
idea
it.
come? I want to know that. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I really want to know. Like you are a photographer having interest in photography. Now suddenly you saw your friend posting a watch, then you buy some watch, and then you're making a watch. So this
So
process, how
the
did this
idea
happen?
came from Devdip.
Okay.
One day he asked me, I have an idea. I was thinking if we can make a watch that has Bengali name. I said, okay, we can do that. Then he showed me the Rimna watch. I said, this is a childhood memory. And what if we can do it in a distance?
Okay.
Let's join a group and let's discuss. Okay. At that time I was very new, right? But he valued my opinion. Devdeep was veteran than me,
Hmm.
but he knew how I work, how I do research and everything. So he valued my opinion. So we came together. Kshitij also came because Kshitij was the designer.
Hmm.
He has a background in design. He is a professor now, but back then he was studying. So then we spent nights after nights, day after day discussing about this. It took us 2 3 months to just finalize it, to get the name
Oh,
Ledikeni. It
oh.
took us 3 months.
But how when Devdeep told you that let's make a watch with Bengali numerals, which was not there. Maybe a Titan watch was there. I think HMT never made any watches with.
No, HMD made one that was a
Oh,
quartz watch with numeral. It's
oh,
only one HMT with Bengali numeral. It's a
oh. Okay.
quartz,
Okay. So it
but
was
it's very rare. We don't see it.
okay. So it should be very rare. Okay. So okay. So there was already a couple of watches that were made. One very
That's
famous.
one that one watch, and I think back then Titan have released probably the Titan Kolkata edition.
Yes,
That
Kolkata edition.
nothing else.
Nothing else. So yeah, you were trying to do something which was rare, which was again very unique. But how
Right.
did the Bangla numeral go to like Bhimnar? How did that connection happen?
Yeah, like I said, right, when we decided to do the Bangla, he then he came up with Himna Ghosh. He said that this is a childhood memory.
Ah,
Why?
okay.
What if we can replicate this in a wristwatch?
Oh,
But understand this. It's not a single digit numeral, right?
hmm,
These are words.
hmm.
So usually that becomes very cluttered because wristwatches. We were talking about back then. We were only collecting HMT. So
Yeah.
HMT is around 34, 35 small watches.
Yes.
So within that blank canvas, if you want to put all these words, it should be legible. It should look good.
Yeah.
So from there we start, and first we designed the same font. Then we didn't like it because it was looking cluttered. We changed it to different. Experimented with many different fonts. Finally, we decided on what you have now.
Hmm.
Then the color, the case, we decided on what case to use. My choice was Shakti case.
Hmm.
Shakti, there is a HMT watch called Shakti SGGL 006 or SGGS 005. Both has the same case. SGGL is for leather strap, SGGS for metal based. Now that we could not find that case anywhere. We wanted to use a brigade hands. There are different type of watch hands, right? We use the sword hand now, but previously I thought we ought to use a blued brigade hand. And at the ideation time, you can go wide.
Hmm.
Uh, got a contact who said who can make the brigade work, but there is a 20,000 piece in it.
Oh my God, 20,000. Wow.
Factor. So finally, we went with Janata.
Okay.
So everything we discussed, right? Should we use normal case back or transparent case back? Should we use what color dial should we use? Right? What hand should we use? What case should we use? Can we do it with a sapphire crystal? Right? So every aspect we discussed. Right? Finally, we had to do compromise, right? But we can achieve with what is feasible
Hmm. Practical.
within the budget,
Yeah.
and finally, this is what came down.
Wow, amazing. So, in this process, when the first batch was like taking shape, how did you build the community? That how many did you make actually in the first batch?
Approx 110 watches.
100,
So the idea was uh, we did it as
Hmm.
non-profit. The first batch was 2,800 and I think 3,800. These are two prices. For steel case, it was 2,800. For black case, it was 3,800. And that was, we had a calculation that if we can make 75 watches, primarily we thought of making 10 watches. Then when we just discussed among friends, many people said no, we want to buy it also. So we had an ambitious goal that if we can make 75, then Devdeep, Kshitij, me, and Appan. Appan is the guy who designed the doodle.
Okay, okay.
We'll get one watch. We don't need to pay.
So
That
that
was
was
our
the goal.
ambitious goal that we did. 75 people to buy.
Okay.
But so uh, when we decided now we'll be announcing it, we reached out to different Facebook groups,
Hmm.
their admins,
Hmm.
and said that yeah, we want to launch this, and I want to do a post.
Hmm.
If you allow me, will. So some group allowed, some group did not, and then when we posted, we opened up a pre-order. We used the same process we did this time also. That then I was very new. I mean, I was not earning that much. Same with the Kshitij was a student. We didn't have the capital to invest. So that's why we decided that we'll open a pre-order. Whatever orders that came in, they have to pay, and that money we'll use to make the watch.
Hmm. Hmm. That's how most of the micro brands operate. Like,
No, not really. I mean, for international ones, first at one point of time that was the case. They used to do Kickstarter or
Kickstarter, yes.
Indiegogo. But nowadays, Kickstarter and Indiegogo is just a mean of advertising to launch and to tell people that we are.
Yeah, it
They
works in.
already have the watches with them.
Ah, okay.
It's just an advertisement,
Okay, okay,
right?
okay.
But yeah, when Kickstarter started, that was the case. But
Yes.
now it's not so much.
Okay.
But anyway, because you think one company that have launched 8, 10 different series of watches, why would they need a funding to launch another watch?
Hmm. Hmm.
Right?
Hmm. But something I would add here that it's not about always about funding. It's also about understanding market demand. Ki
Yeah.
if I have a model, maybe I'm just testing the market. Will people buy it?
Right? True.
That is also a case. Can also be a case
Yes.
with Kickstarter. That can also, because you remember we were discussing something and I told you that now the market is something. If you show an idea and you show that you believe in that idea, there's a market out there who will like pay upfront.
Right?
And so
I,
that's how the market has developed. Okay, so now you are 3 4 ambitious guys looking to make the first watch. Tell us about the challenges you faced in the first watch. If I know there are many, but some.
lot. We included one guy who was collecting watches for quite some time, HMT mostly, and he was from Bangalore. He had a good rapport with HMT also. We asked him, we want to do this. He was very supportive. He said, okay, I'll talk to HMT for you.
Oh,
I said, okay. So he said that HMT said that they don't have red ink.
oh,
So the 12 has to be in black.
okay.
That defeats the purpose, right? That changes the design. We don't want to do that.
Hmm.
Then he said, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll have it made outside, but I'll send it with HMT pin.
Oh, okay.
And we don't want to go that way. Leave it. So then we reached out to different vendors who can make the watch. First, we went to some people who will take everything into account. I mean, they will make the entire set, entire watch, and give it to us. We'll ship. Their costing was quite high. Some also, you want to make 75 watches? Like that. Some said, I don't have time, it will be a year. I have a lot of projects. So then, at that time, I was buying actively for myself. So I got connected with different sellers, different watchmakers also.
Hmm.
So there was a guy called Ali in Mumbai. So I had a very good relation because if you are buying watches from a seller, right, and if you keep buying it, you develop a debt.
Yes.
And so he said, "Yeah, I'm very interested." And Ali used to sell watches abroad. He didn't sell much watches inside India,
Okay.
within India. But COVID stopped all the shipments.
Hmm.
So he wanted to do something
In India.
in India.
Hmm.
So he said, "Yeah, I'm interested and I'll help you out. I have 4 watchmakers with me."
Oh.
He has an office where he had 4 watchmakers working for him. So I can do that. So we talked a lot of for a long time, and then finally went ahead with his charges were reasonable. And even in the first batch, he didn't take any making charge.
Oh, wow.
But however, he made out with the parts at the price
Ah,
he sold it to
okay.
us. He made out. But, okay. So we went ahead with him. Uh, we had another partner uh, who are making the PVD coating on the case, who were etching the case band, and then but Ali took care most of the things. Then we had a partner who were making the dials, right? And for the first batch, we were painting our hands black. So there was another guy who were making the hands. But it was mostly concentrated on movement. For the straps and rolls, and we thought that what should we do differently. So we came up with two straps, and then I designed the the layout of the roll. And Kshitij has a friend, Divya. She's from Delhi, so we reached out to her, and she bought the leather. She made a few samples for us. It looked good, and we went ahead with her. So we again the same thing. Two straps. There were no NATO straps, but two normal straps. One was in black, one was in brown, and then we had watch. So that was the entire package. We didn't have any box, so we shipped it in normal corrugated box.
Okay.
On the first batch, we had Ali ship the watches
Mm.
from his side. We had paid extra for the shipping one. I mean, for the packing one. So
Okay.
he had to hire a guy who worked for 2 days to pack all the watches. Two guys. Anyway, so that's how it went.
Wow. So, when you finished the first watch, like how many times did you like when the final watch was product was made, like already done and it was working? How many rounds of cross checking did you do that everything was fine, or you also made some
No, on the
compromise?
first batch, we didn't do a lot of QC.
Okay.
This was our first, right? So we had a couple of watches sent out to us.
Yeah.
Right? We checked. We asked for picture of all the watches.
Okay.
Right? If there were turned out there were some defects on the dial.
Hmm.
Some numbers were not printed properly. Those kind of stuff. So uh, first, when we saw a couple of watches, we saw that there is a problem. So that time, I had asked all the pictures. We saw it, checked it properly from the picture, and then we started shipping. There were a couple issues that was reported. That yeah, see the thing is, you're doing it live or you're doing it via picture, script, and watchmakers do not see all these issues.
Oh.
They never see. In my these three batches that we have done, right? They don't see it. It's
But
you who will see it.
but this is their job, right?
Yes, but they never see it.
Wow.
It's just a small thing. It will not matter.
Ah,
But
okay,
if you
okay.
when you are thinking of a buyer perspective, it matters.
Yes, 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 yes.
So then on the second batch, I had all the watches sent to me. 60% watches were sent to me, 40% watches were sent to Devdeep, and we had it checked manually, each and every one, and then we sent it for the second batch.
Okay. So the
And
first.
this batch is all me, so
Okay.
it took me a lot of time to check all this. Watches.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe that one person has like you has done entire thing. I am sure that you've got help, received help from some people, but you have done most of the work. So tell us that yes, the first batch was in 2020. When did the second batch idea come?
No, no, there's no idea. So after we completed first batch, there were a lot of people who were asking us to make it.
Ah, okay.
And we went ahead and announced another match.
Immediately.
After 3 months, 2 months, 3 months.
Okay, okay.
And then we decided that we would take only 50 watches.
Okay.
No, on the second batch, we had a time limit that anyone who registers within this time will be in. Anyone after that will not be entered.
Okay.
After we completed second batch, a lot of people again started. So we opened a third batch.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, second wave. So everything halted. So at that time, we already placed order for the first batch, or the second batch, and third we were about to place, but that got hit. So the first batch, second batch was not delivered. So what we did, we added all the orders from third batch, and we made it wholly as second.
Okay. Okay.
And then after it was delivered, I said that right, we had a partner who were doing the PVD work, who were doing the LC. He did a blunder. He did a very bad. The quality was very bad, and we had a huge fight. It took us around 3 months. It set us back around 2.5 months
Oh.
to redo this. He didn't want to take responsibility. He was a big name in Vaishnavi. He still is. Independent micro brand, you can say. So we fought a lot, and finally he redid it. And it took us a lot of time because of this issue. And then there was a pause during the second wave of COVID. So it took us quite a bit time, and finally it was delivered. I think at the end of 2020, at the end of 2021. Sorry. During December or January, we did deliver all the watches. So that time it took a toll, right? It was too much. We are not. I mean, the enthu on the first batch dimmed down. So we decided no, we are not going to make it. We stopped. Then finally, after 4 years,
Yeah, so 2022, like 2021, you delivered the final second batch, and then because of all the things that happened, like it was so difficult for you to again think of another batch, right? But you were getting demands all the time.
yeah, I mean, for till 2022, 2023, there were a lot of demand. Then it dimmed down.
Hmm.
But yeah, once in a blue moon, we did get a message from someone or a call from someone who want to buy. No, we are not making.
Okay. And then Varun Grover happened.
Yeah, so Varun bought in batch two.
Batch 2, okay. So how did he came to know about the watch?
So we have a common friend who bought watch in batch one.
Okay.
I think in batch one or batch two. So I think Varun saw that watch on his wrist. He got interested.
Okay.
So he gave Varun my number, and Varun reached out.
Oh, Varun directly contacted you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, in 2025 he told about the watch. I saw him wearing that watch in many in stand-ups and
Yes.
many of his speeches. Then early 2025 he did a movie
Yeah.
called All India.
All India
Rank.
rank. Yes.
There he featured Ledikeni.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a Netflix release on. Then on the Lalan Cup interview, he told about the watch, and then basically a lot of people started thinking. Even now, I'm getting requests. Yeah. Then I told them lots of people are interested. Let's do another watch. Then Deep said, okay, I'll. So there are some parts I wanted to do from Calcutta. Then he said, okay, I'll go. I'll check. It took him 6 weeks. He didn't do anything. I said no. I mean, we cannot wait. If you have to do it, let's do it. I'll handle it from my own. If you don't have time, let me handle this. So he said okay. Then went ahead and handled this project.
So that's
And
how
in
the
between, there were a couple of fakes that started appearing in
Yes.
the Kolkata market.
yes.
So I said no. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, I think because of the craze of the watch that like happened, there are so many people who started making Bangla watches.
Yes, because after Varun Grover's interview.
Yes. I think like when it was shown in the movie, it people saw it, but it did not have that impact until one Varun told it in an interview with Lallan Talk.
Exactly. Because
Yes.
they did not connect it back then
Yes. Absolutely.
with the Bhimna watch.
Yeah, and he told it, and it went like crazy. People were like, "Oh, okay, where is this watch and all?" But again, we come back. Then we again come back to the same problem that we were discussing. That people see the dial, and they were seeing the dial and buying these watches, which actually, if I can say, had a decent dial, but the heart or the soul of the watch is not there. There's no soul of the watch. It's just a quartz
Those
watch.
are Miyota cores, right? A
Yes.
Miyota cores movement, uh, if you buy in bulk, it would be less than $100.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to buy one, it would be less than $200.
Hmm.
That's what driving your watch.
Hmm.
So whatever amount you're paying just for the look.
Yes. For the look. Yes. Just like a apparel
Now
brand who are making.
I have seen those watches. I know who are making those watches. Many people are doing, they're just printing in a paper, right,
Hmm.
and gluing it on the dial.
Hmm.
When you look at the dial, you don't get to see that it's a paper. If you open the watch, you'll see the edges where you'll see that this is a paper. Now,
Hmm.
if you're printing on a paper, how long do you think it will last?
That's like fast
We wanted,
fashion. Oh, fast.
we wanted to stay with, mechanical movement because it has a soul.
Yeah.
When you are winding a watch, you're, slowing it down.
Yeah.
You come into a ritual,
Yes.
right? So that's something that matches with the vintage aesthetic that we are going for, as well as the history.
Hmm.
The actual watch, actual clock that Bhimnag had. I don't know how it is. I think it still is winding. That time there were no quartz, right? There was no quartz movement.
Yes.
That was also winding.
Okay. So it
Winding.
would be a good idea to go and see if the clock is still there.
No, the clock is not there right now.
Ah, it's not there.
For last few months, I think they moved it, and I heard that there was a plan of selling.
Oh.
I would be able to buy it because it will be over multiple lakhs
Yeah.
because of its history.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a talk in town that they wanted to sell it. I don't know if they're doing it or not. It was a year back that I heard, and someone said that they don't see it on the wall. No.
That's bad. That's really bad.
That's unfortunate.
That's like a piece of our childhood gone.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I really wish to see that watch clock one day, but okay, now have to wait till some
If it's
collectors.
sold, then it will be at some private collectors.
Yeah. That will be shown in some video of private collecting vlog or something. Someday it will come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, collecting industry is also like I should not say the word booming. It's erupting. Like it's like it has gone crazy.
See, the collecting doesn't need to be costly.
Yeah,
Even if you collect paper cutting,
yeah.
that is also collecting.
Yes.
And I was into collecting from the childhood. I used to collect train tickets, bus tickets, ferry tickets. I used to collect matchboxes. My dad used to collect stamps.
Hmm.
Uh, then I used to collect postcards. Not postcards, but those are basically postcards with the cricketers and footballers' pictures, right?
Hmm.
And then big bubble cards,
Yeah.
then those playing
Big
cards,
fun cards.
big fun cards, right, big fun cards, and then also WWF cards.
Yes. Then big fun and center fresh.
Sentiments came out late,
Later.
but it
Yes.
was big fun.
Yes.
Uh, then we had football cards. The Roger Milla card was very rare.
Yes.
So, yeah, I used to collect almost from the childhood. different things. Finally settled with this.
Wow. Yeah, I keep there's a YouTube channel called Complex. I'm sure you have seen it or not.
Sneakers?
Yes, sneakers. But they
Yeah.
also do like people's house tour and something
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes. And I saw one video of the WWE wrestler called Batista. You know Batista, right?
yeah.
And he has a collection of lunch boxes.
There are people who collect pencil boxes, right? Lunch boxes, figurines, die-cast collectors,
Yeah.
plate collectors,
Yeah.
ink collectors, right?
Ink collectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a friend, Shubhashish. He is a professor in Shiliguri. He used to be in our Ledikeni. He used to collect pens and inks. And he has a
Oh.
huge collection.
Pencils I have still heard, but inks I am very surprised.
When you are saying pen collector, right, 90% of them are fountain pen.
Yeah, absolutely,
So if you
absolutely.
are collecting fountain pens, how would
Uh-huh.
you use it?
Okay.
And there are a lot of inks which are very costly.
Never thought of it. Never thought of it. I
Yeah.
always thought, okay, pen collectors have pens. They will have
Then you
nice.
have vintage car collectors. Right?
Yes.
Some are die cast, some are actual cars.
Yes.
We have a friend, he is a watch enthusiast. His profession is restoring vintage cars.
Oh, restoring. Oh wow. Oh
That's
wow.
what it. That's what his business is.
Oh.
Then I was seeing a show in Netflix where someone collects paste dispensers. Right. So there are a lot of type of collecting.
Yeah,
You know,
actually, anything you can collect.
you know Shidu Jata, right? Telugu.
Yeah.
So what did he do? He used to collect paper cut.
Yes. Knowledge.
Right? He
Knowledge.
used to
Yes.
collect news.
Yes, news. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now that the things now that you said that the original Cook and Kelby watch will not be we will not be able to see something like this. What you have made is a tribute, a homage to the watch. Like we will be very lucky to have this and tell about the story, because the story of the clock that was there is so unique. Is so unique that I don't know. I would have expected a film to be made out of it, because it's so cool. Such a cool story. Like, and a realistic story.
My daughter. Come, come, come. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, so the third batch was come. Okay, tell us your learning process. First batch you learned so much, second batch you learned so much, third batch now you almost know completely end to end how to make a watch, or who are the right people, where to go, where is the right quantity, quality of watches available. So, what is the next thing that you are planning?
I don't want to make any more video.
Any more watches?
No, any more lady game.
Any more Ledikeni? Okay. So Ledikeni is this is the last one we can imagine.
Probably I might be making one more batch. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't have any plan. But if I make one more batch, that would be a bit different than the normal lady can that we did.
Okay.
But even if I do, it would be. I'll not make it more. Maybe 40, 50 pieces at the most, and I'll call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably be the end of it. Unless Deep or Shitish decide to, take it up there.
Okay.
Probably don't want to do it. But yeah, I'm thinking if we can make something new. I was in talk with a few other guys. Let's see. I mean, it's still at the very, very initial stage. Because it's not like an international market. Right? There are not many people who will buy a 20,000, 30,000
Hmm.
But if I'm selling it internationally, $250 watch is very cheap. But it's
Hmm.
not the same case in India. Now, of course, if Titan comes up with it, it's an established brand. Or Tissot or Seiko, that's a different. But for a new brand to come up with such such costly watches, not possible.
Hmm.
Until now, it was not profitable. I mean, Ledikeni we did, right? We did not went to profit. It's basically a passion project. But I mean, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. So if I'm gonna do anything different, not Ledikeni, but anything different that will not be like
Okay. So,
then that price also increases.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, is this
But
the
I don't
reason?
wanna use HMT anymore. The reason behind that is HMT movements are very hard to buy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Back then, HMT movements were in abundance. You can
Hmm.
easily find it. But now that's not the case. That's number one. Number two, if it's an old, what we did, we cannot get new movement, right? HMT never made any new movement in maybe past 10, 15 years. So these are all old movements. We had it serviced, we had it cleaned, like, like a mirror. We had it oil, serviced, and used. But it's still an old movement. It will not act as a new movement.
Hmm.
So that's why I want to do something different with something new. Let's see. It's still at very initial stage to talk about it. Because what I got to learn, what is the idea that you start with, end up totally different when it gets executed. So
Yes.
let's see.
Okay. As you mentioned that you want to start something new and completely new thing, is this the reason that why you rebranded yourself with an identity of IB?
No, no. See the IB or the Ingenious Bobbin, that name, that my wife came up with it.
Okay.
Right? We wanted to brand it. We wanted to brand it, and she came up with name, and that was with, for me the perfume. Now, if I'm doing something independently, I should not use that term.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That is the reason. There is no other.
Okay. So this is a brand where you three are there.
Yes.
Okay. 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 So finally, we got to know a
So
lot
if
of.
Ledikeni comes out
Hmm.
anymore,
Yeah.
that will come under IB banner only.
IB. Okay. Okay.
Because it is a no profit banner. We don't.
Okay. Okay.
And this is for us.
Hmm. 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 One thing I remembered you mentioned was very interesting to me. You mentioned that I think during the first batch you had two models, one of 2800, one of 3800, and your ambition was to make 75 so that you can get four watches for yourself.
Yes.
The idea that you don't did not think that I can like mark these watches as 4,000 and 5,000 and get so much money that we can buy more watches, other watches, different watches is so pure, and I love it.
No, I'll be honest. It's not that. Of course, we did not want any money because it was a passion.
Hmm.
Secondly, that time you can buy a HMT watch for that time I think HMT was for 3,500 or 4,000.
Hmm.
If you can buy directly from HMT for 3,500 or 4,000, let's say, why would you pay 5,000 to me?
Hmm. In 2019 you were thinking like that. Now it is different.
2021.
2021. Huh?
That was the thought because it makes sense, right? If I am buying a watch,
Hmm.
people, it's not like today.
Hmm.
There is an established brand that's selling it for that price, but I want this particular product, so I want to pay more.
Hmm.
That thought was not there back
Hmm.
then.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if HMT was selling it for 4,000, how can I sell it for more than that? I
Hmm.
mean, that doesn't make sense
Okay.
for us because I wouldn't have bought it. Secondly, we didn't wanna. I mean, this is passion. We didn't want any money. On the first batch, I remember we made a profit of 5,000.
Total.
So we sold around 100 watches. We made a profit for around 5,000 because there are overheads that we did not calculate.
Yeah. Crazy. That is crazy.
We donated it to a charity.
Oh.
On the second batch, the pricing was 3400 and 4400. 3400
Okay.
for steel and 4400 for black.
Okay.
On that batch, we end up paying money from our pocket because of those, that blunder that the guy did, the delay, because few people didn't want to wait. We had to pay them back, refund them back.
Hmm.
So we end up spending not much, but couple thousand from our pocket.
Okay. And what about the third batch?
Third batch, I'll probably at the end of the day, I'll probably have less than a lakh as excess.
As excess. Okay, as profit.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah,
But
that
I
is.
have not calculated. But I do have a lot of rejects that I
Ah,
have not calculated.
okay, okay.
So I'll get to know at the end of the day because I still have to uh, pay some amount to the vendors.
Mm-hmm.
So once that's done, then I'll have the final calculation. But I'm assuming there would be 50 to 60,000 excess.
Okay, okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. And also, if you want to survive as a watchmaker, that is not also great because the amount.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of effort
Yes.
not worth that.
Yeah, yeah. And also, you have to put all your money upfront. Like that is also
No,
something.
no. I had to put up some money,
Okay.
but this was also pre-ordered. Right?
Ah, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. Yeah. So the pre-order model for at least new projects is a good model where you can also understand the market.
But unless you have a proper breakdown of
Yeah.
the costings,
Hmm.
because if you end up, let's say, for a particular watch, you calculated that it will take you 4,000
Hmm.
for making the watch.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, when you complete everything, you'll see you have spent around 4,800 or
Hmm.
4,700
Hmm.
because there's a lot of overheads, there are a lot of issues that you come into picture, right? Uh, only shipping between me and the vendor would be over 50,000.
Okay.
That you don't calculate.
Hmm.
So that's the thing.
So this 50-60,000 you are saying after almost selling 300 watches.
No. After around 160 watches.
Acha, okay. But you have made 150 each, right?
No.
Total
Total.
150.
Yeah,
Oh.
160, 162, something like that. And
Oh.
there are couple of people in waitlist.
Okay.
So if I have any extra, that will be sold, and I'm taking those into account as well.
Okay. 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 So total was 150. Okay. 75 per color.
No, it's not like that. Black was less, yellow was more.
Oh,
The
okay.
total would be around 160,
160.
165, something
Okay.
like that.
Nice. And tell us about Ledikeni 3, how from ideation to how what is the feedback that you are getting? You also met Vishy sir for a
See,
little
at
bit
the
of time.
beginning, yeah, that was a lifetime experience. So, Ledikeni, I thought will not do the same colors. It's just repetitive.
Hmm.
So, the white and the patina color both went into picture at the very beginning.
Okay.
I was thought what color should do,
Hmm.
and I was looking for a story.
Hmm.
That I mean, whatever we're doing, that should have a story.
Hmm.
Other than that, it doesn't make sense. It's like every other watch. After a couple of days, I decided on the Kali film, and that came into my mind when I visited Mumbai. See, the Kali Pili term is very popular in Mumbai.
Hmm.
But in Kolkata also used to have black and yellow taxis.
Hmm.
Nowadays all the taxis are yellow taxi.
Hmm.
But previously we had black and yellow taxi.
Hmm.
So then I thought both of them will combine it. Okay? In Kolkata it was ambassador, in uh, Mumbai I think it was Padmini.
Padmini, yeah.
Right? Then I went ahead with the taxi concept, the colors. Previous at the beginning, many people said no, I want the white or the off-white. I don't like this color. But after it came out, The same people came back. I want one, right? I said I don't have any extra now. I have a wait list. I think around 25 people are waiting.
Oh,
So I don't know how many I'll have left at the end because now all the watches that I have that will go back to the watchmaker. There are some issues here and there that got rejected, and he'll send me the final batch. And I'm pretty sure the number of watches I'll get, at least 50% will be rejected.
hmm.
Okay, so the one I'll have that will be happening. But those people are waiting. I'm not sure. I think don't think 25 people will get it.
Hmm.
Let's
Okay. So the concept was done, and then the batch came out. The batch, I have seen some of the like reviews in the group. People are loving it, and it's not only about the watch. As you mentioned, that what else can we give, and I want to show everyone that this is the beautiful, beautiful pouch. I just love this, and as I also mentioned one day that I personally would have paid 5,000 only for this pouch because it's made so beautifully, and I was only seeing the pictures that you were sharing. When I hold it, it is something so special, and this is such a dear thing to me. And not only this, the book, I think everything that you have done here, the details that is written here, and also a special mention to the box, how well this box is made, the thought that has gone behind it. Like these are things to me are more importantly that, because if I look at a watch, it's which comes at a, I am a different type of a person. I can say I am a bad collector, because sometimes if I have to buy something, I see the product, but I also see the packaging that it comes with. A watch box like Tissot makes some amazing watch boxes. I have not gone higher than that, but I just love the box. It comes with books and all. The packaging has a different appeal. So it's not only the watch, but the efforts that you have put into it is just amazing. I mean, I have in this cupboard behind me, I have like 20, 30 watch boxes, and it sits like proudly there. So really, really happy what you have made out of it. And
It took me a month to finally have this watch box order to put in. I reached out to various vendors. Right, I wanted to do a kappa board box first, but the pricing was very high. This price I got was with around 400 rupees a box, so with a 2,000. So then I went with this one. This box was made in Kannauj, and that guy was approximately 3 weeks late
okay,
to deliver this product.
okay, but it's beautiful. It's
So then
beautiful.
he made it.
Yeah, and though especially, how did you decide the like quality of the watch, like the box, how it will feel? That is something you like briefed him, or
I
it?
provided, I mean, what would be the hardness of it? What is the size of it? I had sent him one watch load.
Okay, okay.
Uh, and if you open the box, you'll see the sponge is in yellow also.
Yes,
So
yes,
that
yes.
matches the yellow and black color.
Okay, okay. Yeah, very nice touch.
Right? I didn't get the lemon yellow, but this is the yellow that I got. I said,
But
there's
it's
one thing that he didn't do. If you see the project written on the project Ledikeni,
yes, yes,
the
yes.
dot on the J should have been red,
Ah, okay,
and
okay.
he missed it. And he showed me after making all these boxes, so I could not change. I even tried if I can get a bindi on that size so that I manually put it, but I could not find such a small one.
But yes, it's a really special watch, and I think I told you, but I met Vishy that evening, and I told him that yeah, we gave this watch to you in a hurry, but he said yeah, I opened the box, I liked it. I don't know. One day I may see him wearing it, and I will be very happy. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult. But yes, the interaction with Gukesh was also such an amazing one, and I'm sorry you could not meet him, but he was so happy getting it. And
That's really great, and I'm glad that you decided to gift him one. And meeting with Vishy was a lifetime experience, right?
yeah,
He was a hero from the child.
Yeah, but
Right?
but I'm sure that if we would have met Vishy in a different circumstance where he had 5 to 10 minutes, he would have like told us 10 things that we never know about watches.
Right, right.
That's how Vishy is. But yes, I did not imagine Gukesh standing there and like listening to a watch to me telling about watch for 6 minutes. If you would have been there, you would have told him for 10 to 15 minutes. He would have still stood there. But the thing is that I am very happy that these two watches reached them, and you also decided to gift it to Vishy. And Titan is also coming up with a Gukesh watch, and
Right.
there's a
I really hope they make it within a certain size. Titan watches are way too big these days. I
yes,
really hope they make it within 40 mm.
yeah, 40 size is a concern. Also, the price point will be a concern. If yeah, obviously they're making limited
Titan
edition.
prices have gone up significantly.
Yeah. And if they're making these event-based watches on Gukesh, and they were mentioning
Yeah.
that the last watch they did was on Rakesh Sharma. So
Rakesh.
anybody
And the
could.
Rakesh Sharma was, I think, around 35,000 rupees each.
Yeah, I don't know why the sudden hike in.
So I went there, I tried it. It's lovely, but big.
Okay. Uh,
So I have a good rapport with the manager of the Titan store near me. He called me, sir, this watch has came, please come. I went there. That's the thing. It's big.
okay. How was it? 42?
43, I went.
43. Oh.
No, I have seen 58 also at Titan. Their average watch size is 45 inches. It's way too.
They have some extra real estate to put. How?
And
How?
they're competing with Invictus.
But still, yeah, I had
But
the
the designs are recently the watches that Titan came out with. The designs are phenomenal.
yeah,
Beautiful design.
incredible,
Very high price, but
Yeah,
beautiful.
like the Nebula series, I just love that. Like that is one of the best. Like it's so good to know that these are Indian watches.
Yeah, right.
What HMT used to do, I think Titan is has like carried the flag. I think.
No, HMT was different, right? Back then, HMT did all different kind of stuff. First quartz watch in India was also from HMT.
Yes.
They worked with the movement.
Hmm.
Have you heard of the Air Force watch?
Yes.
There was a HMT Air Force watch that has hacking movement.
Yes. That
Right?
is what
That
Titan.
hacking, that's what they did. They used a normal winding movement. They worked on the movement to add the hacking feature to it.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
So those are very good things back then. Even if you look at caution, right? There are gold inlays within in the dial.
Hmm.
They had a watch called Chandan, where it was made with Chandan, sandalwood. The entire case was made in sandalwood, and there's a hole. And they would send you a 10 ml, I think 10 ml, bottle of sandalwood oil. So you put a drop in that hole, and then you come out, so it smell like sandalwood.
Okay. So what do you think went wrong after HMT? Nobody could do what they did.
There are a lot of theories. Right? This was Titan was not government owned; that was private. So
Hmm.
the main competitor was Titan.
Was
And
Titan.
then over the time, HMT did not update themselves, the taste, and then globalization came out.
The quartz movement.
But HMT had course,
Yeah, but they were
but
competing against.
yeah, but see that time Titan came with faster. See the unusual designs that we did.
Hmm.
It was massively popular.
Hmm.
What did HMT have? Today we find them classic,
Hmm.
right? But when I was in school,
I
I
would
was in
not wear that.
college. I would not like.
Yes. That's where they found the market and they just grabbed it.
Yeah. And there were government directives also.
Hmm. So do you know what happened to the people behind it? Where they are in
They were
different.
laid off.
No, they did not go to other watch companies and try to do the same. Like they had the knowledge, like a hacking
No,
movement.
I know, but they were aged people, right?
Yeah.
So I have watchmakers here who used to work in agent people.
Ah, okay.
They opened a watch shops, but nowadays their sons or daughters they don't want to do that. So that's why the watchmaking is a dying breed, right? In India at least.
How difficult do you think would be to like start that again and get a movement, Indian movement? Like we are always going for Japanese movement, the Swiss movement. How
No,
difficult?
that's a huge investment.
So even Titan can't do it,
Titan has their own movement.
but it's very
They,
costly.
the 10, 1200,000 watches also had their in-house movement. I saw one from 2019 or 2020, early 2020 when they have their own movement. But you don't know anything about that movement,
Yeah,
right?
that's the
So
problem.
who knows it could be a Chinese movement that they have bought the rights on? You
Uh,
don't know. I mean, that's like speculation, I know. But for HMT, the entire history is well known.
yeah.
But Titan movement, nothing is known.
Yeah, but if it was their own in-house movement, they would have proudly promoted it. I think
Right?
that's the
They
thing
would
about a
show the
watch.
movement. This is the specialty.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen anything
Okay.
except for the automatic age that they have made. The two pieces they made, I think, for around 1,80,000 back then. Automatic age, very thin. That was different, and I believe that was probably made from Switzerland because a brief period of time Titan owned February.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
Now it is owned by Ethos.
it's very strange that a company, I think Titan is undoubtedly one of the biggest watch companies in the world, not only even in India, and they don't feel that investing on a watch movement is more important than like making watches. Like they may think that okay, just importing a movement is easier.
Again, see the clientele. Luxury. If you were to buy a luxury watch,
Hmm.
would you buy? Let's say you have 3 lakhs to spend or 4 lakhs to spend,
Hmm.
right? Would you not buy a Speedmaster or IWC or a Breitling?
Yeah,
And
I would buy it because I know these are watch brands having their own movement, their own story, which
there's
is
a
what Titan
legacy,
is
right?
missing. Yes,
Now, to build that legacy, think about the investment they would give.
but if Titan can't, there is nobody else who can, right?
Unless they start from the ground up with the same thing. When you say Laga,
Hmm.
right? Alangan, so they started with making movement. Then there are brands who started with making movement for other companies. Then they made their own.
Hmm.
So then you have a history. So I mean, it's basically I believe this is a business decision because people are buying titles.
Hmm.
They are selling millions of dollars of watches. They may not want to deviate from
Yeah, because even their quartz watches are like being
selling like
used.
hotcakes. I do have a couple of watches.
Yes, yes, yes. I also have one, and I think 20 years it is with me. So yeah, it's working. So
See the edge ceramic, right? That is sold for 25,000, but it's a quartz.
yeah, yeah.
Right? I do have the Titan Meditite. Right? I have the Titan Kolkata edition,
Okay, okay,
right, out of which I have a couple of vintage Titans with a reversal,
okay.
where you can flip the dial and there are two dials in one
Oh,
watch.
okay, okay. Something you were discussing, right, one time?
I have I think 3 or 4 reversal different variants of reversal watches.
Hmm.
Then there are old Titan moon phase watches that looks beautiful. They recently came out, re-released one at again 35 or 39,000.
Okay.
But we used to get it for 2 to 3 thousand.
Yeah. Crazy how the watch industry is moving forward. Okay, so you mentioned about it, and what do you think about the micro brand watches that are coming up in India and the there are
That's the market. That's probably gonna uh, explode in next few years.
Okay.
See, the micro brands boomed around 4 or 5 years back internationally.
Hmm.
In India, it's coming up late.
Hmm.
But again, we don't see that quality in Indian watches. When you say micro brand, there is a definition of it.
Hmm.
A micro brand should not have that in-house movement. It should
Okay.
not have. So there is a proper definition for you to be put in a micro brand category.
Hmm.
You should not have your own movement. You should not have your own set of team will make the parts or stuff.
So it should be assembled.
It's basically assembled. You should be using other companies' resource to make the watch or the dial, the case. So for example, if you I don't know if you know about Wangio, he's an artisan from Singapore. He makes dials, he makes movements. Not movement, but he uses existing movement, he refinishes. And he sells it for 3, 4 lakh, 5 lakh Indian rupees.
Hmm.
He created a B3 design watch. He makes, Kilosh patterns with Luchitan
Hmm.
and he work on enamels. Then there are other companies who make this kind of fancy dials, and those are sold for quite a lot
Hmm.
of money for regular people. They are not microbes.
Hmm. Hmm. So, what do you think is lacking in the Indian
We don't
microband
have the
watches?
we don't have the infrastructure. If you wanna buy a good quality watch,
Hmm.
you have to go to
Okay. That's what some of them are doing.
so that it's see the thing is even tighter. I heard many they also import cases because you
Hmm.
don't see that quality of. I mean, you may have one or two companies in India, but if you have one or two companies, you have to pay a lot. If
Hmm.
you have 20 companies, then the pricing would have been competitive.
Yes.
That's what happens in China. You
Hmm.
go to a city, that city, the entire city has probably 50, 60 companies,
Hmm.
factories who are making the watch components. Then there is a fierce competition
Hmm.
to get it at a good price where you can make money.
Right.
But the problem is, if you're buying from China, you have to pay the import duty also.
Hmm.
And then you have the logistics issue
Hmm.
because getting something from China is a big hassle.
So what now the watch industry is probably at its peak. Like I don't think in the history it has ever gone so high. Like all watch prices are going high. There is no watch.
No, no. There is another reason. How our rupee is performing against dollar.
Ah, okay. But yes, the interest is high at least. The interest is
Yeah,
super high.
this is high, and many people are going into watches, right? Many people are buying watches. Internationally, yes. India, it's just starting. There is still a lot of room to go. I mean,
Yeah, Jacob and Co. Salman collab. I could have never imagined.
no, but that is the thing, right? There were AP with Sanskrit there.
Really, I have never seen that.
Yeah. There were Frederick Constra with Hindi, Devanagari there.
Oh, okay.
It's very hard to find these days, but
Hmm.
they were there.
Anyway, they are hard, and if you are telling these details, Devanagari, Sanskrit, it's impossible to
You
find.
have, I have a video watch which was made in collaboration with Watch Enthusiast India,
Yes,
which is now called Chronovali. There's a limited edition of 80 watches
yes,
with
yes.
Indian, some establishment like Qutub Minar, and then there's some temples. Those motifs are on the dial, and the numericals are there. So those are there.
Hmm.
right? So for example, Pentecost also have Chinese numerals, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you there is one very rare watch, West End. They have Tibetan numerals.
Oh.
I have a friend who used to collect watches with different languages.
Okay. Okay.
He he's still in our group, but he is taking a break from watches now. He has a very good collection,
Okay.
and his name is Deepak. And uh, back in the day, there were Universal Watch. You know Universal, right? It was a big company
Hmm.
with India map on the time.
Oh.
Right? That's very rare. One was sold in Sotheby's for I think 1 million. I don't know. I don't remember the exact price, but it was quite costly. There is a watch seller in India who has the dial. He never wants. I approached him quite a few times. He told me the same. So yeah, if you even if you look at old watches, if that has the wall time feature, right, you would see Bombay, Calcutta, both are mentioned.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And even if you buy a old, West End or a Feudalova, you'll see in the dial it's written Bombay, Calcutta because it was supporting both these time zones.
Yeah.
Now we have only one IST,
Yes.
right? Previously we had two time zones in India. One was
Hmm.
Bombay time zone, one
Hmm.
was Kolkata time zone. If you see the Tissot Navigator that they re-released, the old one already had it. The re-released watch also had this both time zones,
Oh.
Bombay and
Okay. Nice. But now I think only Dhaka shows, no Indian city shows. I have seen
no,
two.
IST is basically Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, Dhaka, all.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, it's Dhaka most.
Yeah, that's a little sad, but yes, it is. Yeah, because I was looking at a watch and was like, what's wrong? Am I missing something?
There
All
is Karachi and there is Dhaka.
Karachi and Karachi and Dhaka, no Indian city made it to the watch. That's a little sad. But yes, yes, in the industry of watch is something very fascinating, and every day, as you mentioned, it's always
And
so,
India has a lot of history in watches.
yes,
Nowadays, Indian watches are mostly, you know, called Bombay Special,
yeah, Bombay
and
special,
that's a very bad name because of
yes.
the fakes
Hmm.
and Franken watches.
Hmm.
But back then, India had a lot of history. If you look at JLC Reverso, right?
Hmm.
The Reverso was commissioned from India.
Hmm.
There's a history with it.
Hmm.
Like West End, Fevrelova, they were sold a lot in India.
Yeah, that's what I find it hard to like understand that what happened. Like, where did these workers, where they're not like taken by big companies, they are only after money and making any watch just to grab the market. So I don't know.
Some were not, right? See, HMT nowadays what HMT is making, those are all outsourced. So the
Yeah.
dials are made by someone, cases are made by someone, hands are made by someone. So probably those dials are made by the same machine which
Hmm.
HMT used to do,
Yes. Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
probably someone who used to work in HMT is currently making those dials. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, the history. Because I remember when I visited the HMT Museum in Bangalore, there was a watch where it was mentioned 1 millionth watch,
Yeah,
and there might be very few companies in the world who can say that, right?
right.
And that's something they achieved. They, from common people to everyday man to politicians to everybody,
Everyone.
everybody used to wear the same watch, and they wore it with pride. It was not cheap at back then, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
right.
that a legacy like that being gone is very hard
And
to
now, a few days back, I think HMT decided to close it completely.
completely. Yes, 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 yes. Now again, another wave of demand will come and crazy fakes will be in the market. That's
No, see, the fakes were there from 70s.
ah,
Say a HMT watch was being sold for 140 rupees,
okay.
right? No, there were many people who were not able to afford it, or they couldn't get it because back
Hmm.
then also there used to be a line to buy
Hmm.
HMT. So maybe the fakes were sold for 50 rupees.
Hmm.
So fakes were there from very old time.
Yeah. Like I was very surprised that HMT had fakes because I did not find the purpose why would somebody fake an HMT, but then I understood as you mentioned. Yes.
Back then, there was nothing else, right?
Hmm.
So, things were irrelevant.
Okay, okay. Great. Aritra, thank you so much for your time. Today we learned only about watches. Maybe one day we'll also come to learn about your perfume collection and also a bit of obsession. And that is something also I enjoy knowing. I am not even close to going into that area of interest, but yes, that would be another day. And I know that there's one place, I don't know where it is, where they actually make the perfumes from flower petals. There's a place in India.
So, no, those are oils. Those are not perfumes. See,
Okay.
when you're saying a perfume, right? A perfume is basically oils and alcohol.
Oh, okay. So all
You remove
perfumes
the
have
alcohol.
alcohol.
You remove the alcohol. You remain with the oil. That is your attar or ittar,
Ah, okay. Okay.
right? Then obviously for perfumes there are some synthetic elements. So ideally a good ether is usually all natural, 100% natural, right?
Hmm.
Like oils from flower petals. If you're using wood, then that is a resin from a tree.
Hmm.
So those are all natural elements.
Hmm.
But then when you use it in a perfume, there are natural perfumes also, which are 100% natural. But mostly to project your smell, right? You have to add some compounds to it, some
Hmm.
aldehydes, some chemically chemical compounds. There are many companies which extract a certain smell from one item,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that is that this. There are things that sells for a crore,
Okay.
for a liter.
Okay.
This the different range of things, and so the ether that you have, ether can be a mix of oils, right?
Hmm.
It could have your jasmine, it could have rose, right? It could have khas, it could have oud, it could be derived from animalic mask. For example, a deer mask. There is a gland of the masked deer that is used for this mask, which is illegal in India, but used to be there. We call it kasturi. Used to call it kasturi. Then you have civet. There is a cat. In Bengali, we call it Gondogoku.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
That's a plant that is used. Then there are castoreum. Castoreum is like a beaver,
Hmm. Hmm.
beijing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Their gland is also used. Then there are plant-derived masks also.
Hmm.
So then these are things, and then there is a lot of things like motia, rajnigandha, right? Bela, or bel,
Hmm. Hmm.
parijat or shivli. So all these things can be used to derive the oil spill. How do you do? You boil it, the oil comes out, the oil stays above the water, and then you, uh, you know, remove all the water. The oil.
Hmm.
So all these things are used to make the oil.
Okay. So
That,
the
that
so the
that
rarer the components, the higher the price.
Yes, and then there is a price of blending also, right? A master blender will blend it in a way that you won't discern the different notes. It becomes a one note.
Okay, we'll be very interested to know everything about perfumes from you in the next episode. Thank you so much for your time and being on this episode. And we already look forward to what you are making next. And I'm sure that there is a lot of more people who will come to know about the watch and keep bugging you to make the next watch. Thank
Finger
you.
crossed. And thank you for having me. It's been a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much, Aritra. Thank you.
Bye.